You know the drill, just a massively, hugely, big old thank you to Ghost for personally providing the funds for this series to be covered. He remains the height of legendary status. This guy's still being funny. Exactly the kind of lore that is personally right up my street and to the left. That's my neighbour's house, but it's close enough. Genuinely unexpected at the start of this second half video because it sounds a heck of a lot like what his own suit does. Being nice to cacti is always a win.
ここもかつては木々が生い茂る緑豊かな土地だったんだけど、1000年前に魔王の怒りを買って砂漠に変えられてしまったらしいわ。
Another in an increasingly long line of interesting lore being revealed by this one in recent episodes. Now we're actually starting to find out why she was so bad, and this is a prime example. Our girl on the right looking even better than normal somehow. Plus I had to give one more for an outfit change that I hadn't expected either. Head joint reaction in the background there. Of course, if I win their reaction just now, has absolutely needed one as well. Totally unexpected plot twist of genuine confusion. That's twice he saved her at the last second. What a legend. Honestly, how can you see that and not give it max wins? I'm so happy he's in this anime and is such a badass in battle like this. It's sick. A sudden kawaii has entered the chat. The amazing cacti. What's up? Weirdly, this super reminds me of watching Yu-Gi-Oh! As a kid. Clothing change that makes her look like a JoJo stand. Okay, out of all the unexpected stuff in this anime so far, this is highest on the list. What? That had to be 2 on the pounce. Firstly, was his what? That caught me off guard. But secondly, it's clever of them to use this to aid her here. Let's friggin' go. Heck yeah, that rescue can have one as well. Rotating shot with boob motions added in. You wouldn't think we'd be getting treated to some lore here, but we are, and it's tasty no less. Once more, I have to say, what a legend he is in this. Those flames looking real good. You just earned yourself another one for that attack, plus the voice acting was spot on from him too. Speaking of unexpected things, this battle right here is very much fitting to the word. I didn't think I'd see such an intensely hand-on battle so early into episode 7. This is budget-consuming goodness, and it's max wins too. It's yet another brand new and unique Sword transformation! Both of these nutters can take a win for their voice acting here, each of them knocking it out of the park in turn.
伝説の赤き戦士数々の比例誠に申し訳ございません
Unexpected is really the word of the video so far. Hot damn! Animated multiple characters all moving within the same scene together like 3 times in a row. Also, this legit looking town here in the middle of all of this, I like the creativity behind them living inside of the plants.
改めまして私はラーニア次期族長にして7代目のアメン継承者です
Good how her voice is so insanely different to just now when she was in combat and yelling.
いや、誰だ貴様は
さっきとキャラ違いすぎません
And that they had the exact same thoughts.
すみませんかわいいなこいつ
They totally get it too. Very nice little transition there. Not walking on the spot at quite the distance for the second time in 2 videos. Jesus, really does seem like it's all about him.
しかし逆らうのならこの森に住むすべての命を砂に変える
Saitama from One Punch Man.
困っている人がいたのなら問答無用で助ける異種族だろうが出会って1秒だろうが関係ないぜ
やれやれ
His bright attitude is definitely still a great element of this story, made even better with the music each time.
ですよねノージ
はい。
あ、これ背中蹴られたの根に持ってるな
I don't know what it is about that, yes, but that killed me.
さてエルフ狩りの時間だぜ
Okay, they really do be knowing how to end episodes in this one.
ですがそれも過去の話今の彼はこの森の敵です次に戦う時はこの森の先森アメンとして史上を捨て必ず打ち倒します
Is it just me, or is she not really talented being able to do that?
ああその後で仲直りだな
私の決意聞いてました
Red P in red.
そういえばレッドは
ああいいぜどこから話したらいいかな
イドラさんねえ
Someone's peanut butter and jelly.
父ちゃんも母ちゃんも死んだばっかですぐに他の人を家族だなんて思えないよ
いずれこの木も庭に根付き葉を茂らせる東郷くんが我が家の家族になるのと同じように
That was actually a very clever and not to mention sweet moment from his childhood.
清弘は暴力が大嫌いだったからな
だからイドラさんねえ
Her clearly spying on him but also getting more and more angry.
あとは頼むぞ東郷おう
Start from Furen.
そんなある日とんでもないことが起こったんだ
そろそろ何かあるだろうと思ってました何ですかとんでもないことって
There's something about the fact that they just walked forwards whilst he was telling his story to end up right in front of him like this that really gets me.
なんだよ
この時初めて俺は絆レッドになったんだぜ
でも何がどうしてレッドになったのですか
Damn man, that's like 3 times it's happened to me whilst watching this, where I had the exact same thoughts as someone on screen.
東郷に私がついてないといっつも無茶ばっかりするからな
その翌日庭に植えたオリーブの木が枯れた
It's sad really, because ultimately he really did try and put his brother first all of the time, but still their friendship withered away.
前の相手は僕だ世界の
Everyone's battles were kinda normal, but then this one was over the top and needed a win for sure.
僕は大丈夫。痛みは真実だからね。そして僕の憎悪を燃やしてくれる。どういう意味だ？
Damn! After their fight, I didn't figure they'd be so open about it. And then that they'd suddenly be fighting like this.
君のせいで父さんは全然僕を見てくれない。家でピアノを弾いている僕よりも一緒にサッカーをできる君の方が本当の息子だったらよかったと思ってるんだ。
How his armor is clearly made up of the things he's been harboring in his heart, which caused his hatred of Red.
あれは
In a battle absolutely filled to the brim with CGI, with some even dropping down the sides and spilling out, I was at least like, what the hell, when this happened, and knew it needed one.
ならもう一度絆を結び直せばいい。絆は何度だって結び直せるぜ。だろ
Albeit brief in the story as a whole, it was good to see these two make up. They were best mates since they were little.
ずいぶん上達したな、東郷。
まだまだ大悟さんにはかなわないぜ。断層キラー参上
Two here going without an ED to make this a longer episode. But also, yeah, for that. Him immediately returning to evil when he's triggered or whatever.
根深かったんですね、ずいぶん。ん？何ですかこれ？
てるてる様！
カードに吸い込まれる！
What the fuck? That was sudden at the end of the episode?
おいこっちには人質がいんの忘れてんのか？
どんな特権魔法も術者を倒せば解除される。
Damn, bro, I said it like 4 times this video, but yeah, he's getting a 5th for being a badass, going straight onto the attack and nearly getting the job done early. He's pissed.
レッド！おい！力で押さえつけることが共存なんていうバカ野郎！俺たちで目覚ましてやろうぜ！
Just thought what Red said here was spot on, really. For context, the bad guy basically said once he rules the world, everyone will be equal. It's fair to say that this is infinitely more cool looking than any image I had in my head when she said the move's name out loud. How this was done was very unique, I gotta say.
なんか言ったが？
封印される直前にカードの縁に捕まって爆砕の刻印魔法を打ち込んでおいたのよ。
That she was able to pull off some fancy Charles Dancy magic inside there.
なんて魔力なの。これがアジールの特権魔法。
Personal win, but this really puts me in the mind frame of Isaac the Terror's Ned ability from Hunter x Hunter.
ソーバインド超重ね張りからのバーニング絆パンチターボスマッシュ
For context, touching this thing will turn you into sand. So the win here is because that was a genuinely very quick and not to mention clever way to use his abilities to attack it. Jesus, these last couple episodes really feeling like JoJo episodes.
Sufi Sphinx, box up!
I have no clue what game this guy's voice keeps putting me in the mind of, but it's really funny to listen to. It's like those old Sega games from the arcades back in the day.
魔獣になっちゃうかもしれないんだよ。
僕は誰にも負けないし、種にも負けなければ問題はない。
Some really tasty damage effect animation there.
それにエルフが長命だったのは1000年前。魔王に聖女を枯らされる前の大昔の話です。 生児の加護を失った今のエルフは人間よりちょっと長生きってレベルです。
That's certainly the first piece of lore regarding elves and their lives' lengths that I've ever seen. Kudos for really doing something different to the norm there.
返すって。
どうも。よくやってくれたな、意地悪クソ人間が。
Him being totally spot on in the present about how she is with and without the mask, and of course she was like that when she first met our heroes too.
僕の夢に協力してくれるかい？
もちろんよ。
Whilst there has been a whole lot of talking this episode, I did want to take a moment to at least win how it's shown that they're progressively becoming friends and made this promise, rather than just saying they did it, moving on I mean. Another thing I could easily say is, I didn't think the battle would play out this way, so kudos to the mangaka for not making it pretty much the same thing each time.
今の僕を止められるとでもウアスにすら苦戦していたというのに。
そんなの関係ないぜ。アメンの力はお前のものじゃない。ラーニャに返すんだ。
I mentioned this during the first half video a couple of times, but I really do like this side to his personality. He's not even thinking about if he can win, he's just doing the right thing. Oh yes! Definitely take one for doing the OP differently there at the start. That was really cool. Also, nice art style change there too.
魔導トロッコや掘削ゴーレムなどの魔道具の規制、一体いつになったら解除されるのですか？
何度も魔導塔に問い合わせているが、まだまだ。
I know it's obviously based on the manga, as I've said already, but I wanted to highlight the fact that the characters aren't just introduced and then forgotten about. We've spent 3 episodes near enough learning about him, and now we're seeing even more of his backstory still. I do prefer seeing the upgrades in real time, like literally seeing him move faster. I'm glad someone ended up saying it.
世界を変えられる力を手にしてしまったのだから。どれだけ辛くても、どれだけ苦しくても。
How he's really not a bad guy for the sake of being a bad guy. He's actually got his own ideals. He's just going about it the wrong way, really.
ローゼー、こっちは私が引き受ける。
Never been more happy to see my boy. When he fights like this, he really does seem like an endgame JoJo villain. Not a literal game, just saying. Because he's fighting Red like this, stopping them by stopping time, and fighting the warrior with his sand monster. At last, we now find out what has driven him to this point, and I, for one, am glad that it was something serious, because the event really did end up changing him massively, and now we know why.
そしてこれがあなたの理想を叶えるための力です。
So in fairness, he didn't really change, because if these guys weren't around, he'd have just gotten over his current thoughts and likely moved on. But these guys solidified that change once it's popped up.
第六聖剣ラストノエル
It's 3 back-to-back-to-back wins here. 1, his voice acting when changing swords is amazing, flat out. 2, it's because whilst everyone else is basically taken out, he's still fighting like a pro. And finally, 3, it's another new sword transformation of that! And you know what? Take one more here because he didn't block it or whatever. It actually landed, thankfully. All of these clothes refusing to quit.
バカな。レルアマドの発動下でなぜ動ける？
それは私がテルティナ様の勇者だからだ。
聖剣の力よ。
だそうだ。
Him just completely not understanding why he can move and saying it's because he's a hero is amazing when he's quickly corrected and accepts it.
こんな感じかしら。
レルアマド。
ガヒーン。私たちは停止した砂に包まれていたせいで全く動きが取れなくなったわけよ。
Oh, that's actually insanely smart. So it's because they were covered in fine sand and he can control sand. That's legit fantastic.
お前の理想は何も間違っちゃいねえ。
Changing his armor totally gets another win.
脳幹震わす水星の絶叫ウンディーネスクリーム。
It's good to now see all of them being able to fight as a team now that they fully understand how his combat abilities work.
見てさせ氷星の槍セルシウススパイク。
Jesus, where has this attack been all my life? That looked great.
第二聖剣ドラグランス。
A great example now of their teamwork I just mentioned, she freezes it and then he melts it. Not only landing the punch, but it was an absolutely huge one too.
お前が手を伸ばすべきだったのはそんなちっぽけな力なんかじゃねえ。もっと大きなたくさんの人との絆だったんだ。
To be honest, moments like this are often cheesy, but when he's surrounded by those very same bonds that he's talking about, you just know he's serious and absolutely right. I don't even care if it might be seen as being cheesy. This whole giant gun thing used by people with a bond is awesome to me, and it looked amazing too, so let's get max.
アジールが砂嵐になる寸前聞こえたんです。助けて助けてって。
That's actually quite sad, because it means in that moment he broke free from all the chains binding him to these actions of late.
来い絆ビースト。満を持してついに満員だぜ。
The elf's reaction to all of this new stuff happening is hilarious. I've said it before and I'll say it again, they really know how to end episodes in this one. Imagine my surprise when the episode was in fact not over, and instead we were told about the origins of not only the tech they use, how their enemies came about, kinda, but also how they all joined. That view there with their home in the background looking real good here.
来い。なぜ私がテルテラ様から一番離れた聖剣なのだ。朝垣総合。
Oh man, first of all, her being so cute, the elf I mean, all excited, but then him losing it like this was fucking amazing. That really caught me off guard.
これは何？私は何をしたらいいんです？
Oh my god, she is so funny seeing all of this. I'm so glad the mangaka included that.
重いよ一つに。
Never thought I'd see him get pissed off in this. I knew it'd be like this from them inside of it, and yet it was still more funny than I figured it'd be.
どうだじゃないよバカ者が。危うくひき肉になるところだったさ。
For maybe the final time, massive credit to him as a voice actor. He's killed the role the entire way through, and I'll be looking out for his work later for sure.
緊急絆ワープのシステムを応用して砂嵐に散らばったアジールの因子を絆エネルギーで引き寄せられればアジールを元の姿に 再構築できるかもしれないわ。
Might sound like a strange win, but I'm glad personally that she came up with the idea of how to beat him here, seemingly anyway, because a large focus of the prior episodes has been on the dudes, Red especially, so given she's kinda very important in the story, it's decent, I think, to give her this moment and the win. CGI aside, that music is so damn good for the scene and in general.
見通しが甘かった。このままじゃ。
踏ん張れみんな。
Very realistic for her to suddenly be doubting herself and her plan like this when it all seems to be falling apart.
俺はイドラの魔法を、イドラを信じる。
もうほんと好き。勝機を見出せ。限界を超えろ。惚れた男の信頼に報いるために。
Well, yeah, that clearly had to get a win. That was sick and a real culmination of all of the feelings that have been on display for a little while now. It's CGI, but when it turns all gold like that, I still got hyped and had to win it.
これならいけるわ。
よしみんな、もう一踏ん張りだぜ。
はい。行くわよ、ラニア。はい。
For like the third time between both videos, have one more for this stupidly great song that just fits what they're doing so well every damn time. That had to get its own, if only for her voice acting there. Sandstorm!
あなたの焦燥も絶望も。
Sandstorm!
君は本当に変わらないね、ラーニア。
That was actually really well done.
変わらないでいてくれてありがとう。
Fucking lighten the way.
特権解放。ブリコラカス。
That really does look so good every time she uses it. This looking like a damn painting all of a sudden. Unexpected crowd shot when they really didn't need to do one.
この度は多大な迷惑をおかけしてしまい、本当に申し訳ございませんでした。
The reveal that the fight is actually now completely over, and it was a hell of a good one, lasting several episodes too.
だからこれからはラーニア様だけじゃない。私たちみんなで人間とアジンが共存できる世界を作っていこう。
ああ、ありがとう。
And unexpectedly, now that his mana seed is gone and he's back to himself, his goal is kinda being forwarded here in the end.
なんと美しい大団円でしょう。でもそれじゃあ困るんですよ。
Great and sudden plot twist, as I had completely forgotten about this guy.
私は麗しきお母様の愛し子が一人。
Heck of a lot of armor changes in this one, and I'm not hating it.
私はお母様と結婚するのです。
は？
ちょっと待ってくれ。
For context, he's talking about the Demon Queen, his mother, so the reaction is spot on.
労働者を操り、町で暴動を起こし、ボートにお父上を殺させ、あなたが力を渇望するように仕向けたのは何を隠そう、この私なのです。
Now this for me is a good reveal for one reason. I thought up to now it was literally their own souls craving power that made these people offer it, but no, they twist and scheme behind the scenes. Small win, but it felt very anti-anime that someone would interrupt his process of changing into the suit like this.
笑えるね。あんたは
二人がかりで確実にやろうよ。
Oh snap! All this talk of JoJo, and this only wouldn't become a JoJo situation given he turned up? I randomly thought the attack from the prior win was from the other dude. Such a giant JoJo situation though. My memory isn't great. I'm gonna guess they've shown this once before, but I can't genuinely recall it, so I'm giving another win for another sword. Genuinely unexpected yet again.
大切な絆を奪われるくらいなら。
Now that we've seen such extensive flashback from him, it makes so much more sense why he'd do this. Two here, one, him clearly doing a transformation like we've never seen before.
だから変身なんてさせないって。
And two, again trying to take him out before transforming. That's very anti-anime, as I said. Brother's gotta get one for the armor. And the even bigger explosion. And their reactions.
絆ブラック。
Man, oh man, such a good ending to the episode. They keep nailing it.
仲良しこよしのカップルどもがイチャイチャイチャイチャしやがって。陽気アレルギーの俺様にはきつい季節になってきたぞい。
Honestly, when they hand animate these, it's just infinitely better than the CGI. But even better than you'd expect, I mean. Also take one here for the final episode, going without no P.
その声、飛び星先生？って何その格好？
やれやれ、バレてしまったであります。
Small win, but finding out how she joined was a nice little start of episode tidbit of info.
先生にはもうイエローがあるじゃないですか。いや、イエローは渡されたから来てただけだし、髪の毛の色的にもそっちがイエローでしょ。だったらそっちは絆ブラウンじゃん。
Normally that wouldn't score one, but that line about her being a brown Power Ranger, if they followed that logic, was great.
大人ならこの後に及んで負け惜しみ言わないでください。
We're just skipping past the beach like it's no big deal.
絆を奪おうとする敵への憎悪によって限界以上の力を引き出しているのだ。
There's me thinking it's just a by the numbers statement of how the black suit works, and suddenly we get this awesomely done art style change. That's so good, it's scoring max wins. All this time, these demons have been built up for how strong they are, given this battle and the last, and then he scores an attack like that. Wish that one had a bit more impact, but it's still worth a single win. Sadly, I think protecting everyone like this is the very thing that's going to cause him to lose control, but it was still great.
塔には人が集まり安心できる明かりのような人柄を、そして5には人の心を理解できる聡明さが備わってくれるよう願いを込めたんだ。
Hisoka from Hunter x Hunter. First of all, big attack with a big old impact there, but mostly the win is for seeing this side to him for the first time, where he's that kid again who doesn't want to lose those closest to him. I love that. Them thinking they'd stopped him and nope. This show would have benefited from some more impact sounds, but it's still worth that win, you feel me?
絆シルバー、二階堂天理くんだ。
Sudden kawaii!
全ての絆を失った絶縁の果てに我が直々に貴様の絆エネルギーを全て奪い尽くしてくれる。
Another event in his life beyond the loss of his parents which caused him to feel so deeply about bonds in the modern day and thus fight so hard right now. And this right here is the perfect follow-up win, because it's the reason why he's so badly wanting to form bonds as much as he can to make up for the hole inside of him left by so much loss.
何をしているんだあいつは。
まさか力を制御できていないんじゃ。落ち着いてレッド。このままではあなたが守ったこの森を自分の手で壊すことになってしまう。
He's going nuts as he thought he would, but I wanted to win the fact that whilst he didn't kill either of them, he did cause them to have to run away, which is awesome. Does this guy's friggin' sword know no limits?
しかし奴が
威力が上がっている。
Just a little more damage. Just a little more.
第4聖剣セロースナーム。
Again, I'm probably wrong, but another new sword?
殺してでも止めろザンド。誰が貴様のさせただいけるか。
Had to show that entire scene in all of its glory. It's probably my favourite part of the entire season. Great voice acting from Ya Boy again, and him fighting to keep him alive shows their bond. Let's go. Always appreciate when time is taken to show rebuilding efforts like this.
俺この世界に来た時は一人だったのに、今じゃ仲間がこんなにたくさんできたんだって思ってさ。
Thought this statement needed one because it's easy to forget, I certainly did, that when he got here he was entirely alone, and yet look at him now. Easy one for the alternate ED covering all of the time he spent in this new world and the people he's met. Very fitting after the prior win, and a nice different song to boot.
何と戦っているのでありますか。
それはわからないけど、誰が呼んだのかは明らかね。先輩、きっとどこかで生きてるんですよ。
Oh heck yes, the first time we've properly seen them in the present in all this time, as they know he's alive and have proof of it too.
教えてくれ、絆ビースト。東郷は今どこにいるんだ。
Unexpected that he'd end up joining them in their search for him too.
いやー、美談兄の集体にはみんな慣れっこだし、笑って流してくれるよ。ねえ、ママン。
And one more for a nice ending to set up a potential season 2 down the road. Sadly, nothing has been mentioned of it as of writing this June 29th, 2025, but we'll see what happens. Looks hype-inducing though. Speaking of one more time, let's hear it for Ghost for a final time this video. Hero, legend, man of the people. All these words have been used to describe him. Well, one has, but now they all have, and it's very fitting. Jokes aside, thanks so much Ghost for everything, for helping to keep my work alive, and for being a good friend too. I hope you enjoyed it, and eventually everyone else when they see it too.